Welcome to Baier Rail. In this video, we are going to cover the steps to install a Manway cover to an already installed Baier Rail Manway nozzle. If you are unfamiliar with this product, please review the video section of our website at baierrail.com. The cover assembly is shipped separate from the nozzle and is only compatible with Baier Rail nozzles made for the current generation of Manways. Before assembling the cover assembly to the nozzle, check the O-ring sealing surfaces of each to ensure that they are clean and without any scratches, dents, or gouges. Using a hoist capable of a safe working load greater than 250 pounds, lift the cover by the handle. The first thing to notice is that the hinge flanges at the back of the cover are off to an angle. Pull the T-handle pin to disengage and rotate the round cover until the flanges are vertical. This will allow them to align with the hinge flanges of the nozzle. Next, collect the lift assist spring and bushing that was shipped with the cover. Insert the bushing into the coil of the spring and make sure the center loop of the spring is facing away from you. The spring and the bushing should be inserted into the small circular retainer clips on the top side of the cover located on either side of the center hub. This step should be completed before the cover is lowered into place. Be sure the center loop of the spring is facing away from you and towards the underside of the cover. While holding the spring in place, lower the cover down to the nozzle. The small circular bearings on the side of the cover hinge flanges will rest into the depressions in the nozzle flange. Once fully seated, give the cover a slight lift so that the bearings on the cover are floating but still within the depressions on the nozzle flange. This will allow you to make minor adjustments while aligning the holes. Install the hinge bolt starting with one of the smaller washers. Insert the bolt into the flanges and stop before entering the spring and bushing. The larger washer should be inserted between the cover hinge flange and the bushing. Once this is aligned, insert the bolt further, stopping before the other flange. Again, insert the second larger washer between the bushing and the flange. Proceed with pushing the bolt all the way through. The bolt should slide through the entire assembly easily and not require any tools or excessive force. Once through, add the second small washer and screw on the castle nut, stopping just before tight. There is no need to tighten this nut, just make sure the crown of the nut fully reveals the hole in the bolt. Insert the cotter pin into the hole on the bolt. Do not expand the cotter pin until you have tested the cover's opening and closing operation. Next, release the hoist. The weight of the cover should be fully supported by the nozzle. Reset the alignment of the strong back and cover by releasing the T-handle pin and twisting the strong back into alignment with the flange on the cover. The pin should fully seat into the hole on the cover flange. Next, remove the temporary rubber cover protecting the sealing surface of the cover. This can be discarded as it was only intended for protecting the sealing surface during shipping. Inspect the O-ring for any damage. Run your fingers along the entire circumference to feel for any defects or cracks along the Teflon outer surface. If any problems are found, please use another O-ring without damage. This is critical to achieving a reliable and consistent seal. Place the O-ring into the groove on the sealing surface of the cover and snap the O-ring into place. Your assembly is now complete. Now we can test the operation of the hatch's moving parts to make sure the assembly was done properly and all components fit. The first thing to check is that the loop of the spring is in contact with the circumference flange on the nozzle. This engagement is what supports the weight of the cover in the opening and closing operation. Grab the cover by the handle and pull closed. The cover should move easily. The weight of the cover should be supported by the spring. It should hold the cover just above the open position. Also be sure that the strong back is in alignment with the notches in the circumference flange. There should be no resistance or interference of any of these parts. Push the cover down firmly and pull the T-handle pin to allow the strong back to rotate. Rotate the strong back clockwise and confirm that the pin engages with a hole in the nozzle circumference flange. The pin should be fully seated into a down position. The strong back should be locked in place and its rotation restricted. Releasing the pin should allow the strong back to rotate back to its opening position. Again, the pin should fully seat into the hole in the cover flange and restrict rotation. Remember to release the safety catch before attempting to lift the cover to its open, over-center position. Inspect the O-ring, the cover sealing surface, and the flange sealing surface for any damage or contact points. If any issues are found, please review the procedure again and refer to the manual. If satisfied with the installation and operation of the hatch, expand the cotter pin in the hinge assembly to lock all the components in place. In addition to this video, please thoroughly review and follow the instructions in the Installation, Maintenance, and Operations Manual for the Baier Rail Single Bolt Manway, located on the Documents section of our website, baierrail.com/documents. With this complete, you can review our other videos on our website to learn how to properly tighten and pressure check the manway. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow us for any updates. If you have any questions, please feel free to visit us at baierrail.com for ways to contact us.